What is up, YouTube? This is Tech Conglomerate here with another Watch Wednesday. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll be bringing to you another Hamilton watch. This watch I found on Amazon, and it ranges in the price between, let's say, $350 all the way up to $500. And it is a very understated watch. You'd be surprised at how beautiful the watch is. So let's get straight to it. In terms of the semi-unboxing here, let's go ahead and see what we have. Here we go. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what you're seeing here is the Hamilton Men's Khaki King. What you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Hamilton Men's Khaki King II. It is the Khaki King II, which is supposedly capable of having 80 hours of power reserve. And so let's go ahead and take this watch out and take a look and see what it actually can do. Just on the outset here, this is a beautiful, beautiful stainless steel bracelet. I'm going to go ahead and take it off of the mounting here. And let's get this out of the way. Here we go. Okay. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hamilton Khaki King II. And you see it is a absolutely beautiful, beautiful watch with a black dial. It is reference number H644555133, and it is called the Hamilton Khaki King II with a black dial. This was introduced back in 2017. Let's start off by taking a few measurements to see where we are with everything. So I have my trusty caliper right here, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we have here. So we've got, in terms of a watch depth, you see here this is an 11.5 millimeter depth. And when you look at the lug-to-lug width, we are looking at a pretty sizable lug-to-lug width at 50 millimeters. And then because of this crown guard that you have here, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit this at 4 o'clock and at 10 and see what we get. Yes, that's a 40.2 millimeter watch. The dimensions are pretty nice dimensions. Probably, definitely a sport watch, actually. Definitely a sport watch, but with that thinness, you have the option to be able to dress it up, which is pretty exciting. When you look at the lug width, you're looking at a roughly, that looks to be about 20 millimeter lug width. And certainly you can pop this bracelet off and put a nice leather strap on there. In fact, Amazon sells a number of watches with a leather bracelet that is just stunning. Let's get into some of the details of this watch. As I said, it was introduced back in 2017. The crystal itself is an anti-reflective sapphire crystal. So you've got a sapphire crystal at that $300 to $400 range. And the clasp is a push-button clasp. I'm going to go ahead and take this off here. It's a push-button clasp with that safety latch. So you shut it like this, and then you pop the safety latch in, and it comes off. All right, so the case is a stainless steel case. You also have a case diameter of 40 millimeters, as I said. Case thickness of about 12 millimeters. The band is stainless steel as well. It's a beautiful band. Beautiful, beautiful band. You also have, let's see, the bezel itself. There is a stationary bezel here, so there's no movement on this bezel. There is no dive watch or anything like that. But you certainly don't have a screw-down crown here also. This was a bit of a disappointment. You can actually hear it. I'm going to see if you can hear it. You can hear the winding there. The winding is very subtle. The movement itself is a automatic self-winding movement. It's advertised as the ETA 2834-2, but in fact it is a modified ETA movement, and it's called the caliber H-40. Caliber H-40, which really extends the life of this watch so that you can keep it for 80 hours before having to do any sort of winding whatsoever. You have the calendar day date, and it is water resistant to 165 feet. So it's not a watch that you can go deep diving with, certainly, but 165 feet is respectable, especially when you don't have a screw down crown. So take a look at this up close. Wanted you to see what this watch looks like. Let's take a look at some of the details on the dial. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can point some of these details out here. First of all, the most stunning thing about this wristwatch, that I think it just captures the whole Hamilton brand name, is the fact that you have the day, Friday, and it's completely written out for each of the days of the week. Very nicely done. Some people have a challenge around that taking place of the 12 noon slot, and they're not really liking that for that reason. You see it includes part of the 11 and the 1. So other than that, it is stunning. It is a stunning watch. You also have the date. You see the date right there, and you have the Hamilton brand name. You have the 24-hour markers on the dial, and the dial itself is an interesting dial. There's a little bit of a patterning in there. Let's see if I can get this here, get this close up. Yeah, you see that where the 3 is right now? There's a little bit of a kind of tracks that are built into that where the markers, the hour markers, are laid out. So it's very beautiful, and then it crests into a plateaued table there where you have the Hamilton logo as well. So again, a really nice crown guard here to protect the crown. The watch itself is stunning, and we'll take a look on the wristwatch in one brief minute. But I also wanted to point out to you the classic Hamilton hour hand with the syringe hour hand there, along with the syringe minute hand. And then look at the second hand. You have that beautiful white tipped second hand there. Very, very nicely done. Like I said, the watch itself is a beautiful, beautiful homage to some of the previous watches. It's similar to the watch that was in what is the name of that movie with Matthew McConaughey? It's Interstellar. It's a similar watch to the watch that's in Interstellar. The difference is, instead of the date marker being up top, that date marker is down below. So they worked with, the movie producers worked with Hamilton to come up with a different brand, and they actually do sell that. That runs in the $700 range. But this watch itself, again, it is reference number H644555133, Khaki King II with a black dial. And let's see what this looks like on my wrist. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. It is a 40 millimeter diameter watch on the wrist. It absolutely looks stunning. It is not too big. I know sometimes when we do some of these recordings, because we're so up close, it tends to really occlude everything else from the photograph or from the video, and you tend to think that this is really a huge watch, but it's not. 40 millimeters on my 7¼ inch wrist, and it is a pretty nicely made watch, very understated, very Hamilton. And again, Hamilton has come through with another incredible watch. The other exciting thing about this watch, I think that is very understated, is the beautiful shape that it is really capturing. It is the crown guard makes it, very asymmetrical. However, the bezel itself is a beautiful bezel. You can see that the bezel is really well finished. And then you have a brush finish on the steel bracelet as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Another Hamilton watch that is strictly the Hamilton DNA, really capturing all of the essential elements. Looks like a field watch, looks like a sport watch, but because of the bracelet and you can dress this up with a leather band as well. And it is a simply stunning watch. So until next time, this is Tech Conglomerate signing off on another Watch Wednesday. Enjoy until next time.